presenting to you the Health Information Centralization Bill. However, before I go in great depth on the details of the bill, I would like to request you to sit back for a while and allow me to let you imagine some scenarios. So, first, imagine that the COVID-19 pandemic just started. You are inside your home, anxious to know about the development of the virus. You wait for the news until finally they report the number of total COVID-19 cases for that day. 500 cases. You are saddened by this and you go back to sleep. When you wake up, you get anxious about the pandemic and decide to check the DOH website. You are surprised to find that the cases yesterday, supposed to be 500, are now reported to be 1,500 cases. How shocking could this be? Now, what about a different scenario? You are suffering from a body pain, say a migraine or a bad stomach ache. You go to Hospital X and get tests from Dr. A. They tell you that your blood tests are clear and you need to go get a different test from a different hospital because they do not offer that test. They refer you to Hospital Y. However, when you go to Hospital Y, Dr. B tells you that you have to take another blood test. They say that your medical records are not available. Your condition is getting worse and your wallet is getting drained. How frustrating is it to be in this Kafkaesque medical system? These problems, they may feel familiar to you because these are common lived experiences of many Filipinos. It is economically and physically detrimental. Most importantly, it is a problem caused by our very own system. The Health Information Centralization Bill attempts to address these problems. The bill proposes a centralized database containing the information of every individual's health information and every service and price offered by every hospital in the country, making it easier to coordinate doctors and patients. The main benefit of this bill is the easier dissemination and coordination of health information on both the individual and the health centers and hospitals. It aims to lessen the complexity and inefficiency of the system of gathering certain health-related information from both patients and doctors, allowing for faster tracking of pandemics and epidemics, referrals to other health service providers, and process of treatments, especially those where time is of the essence and can spell the life or death of an individual. Now, for a few contexts, the COVID-19 has made it clear that the Philippines needs a stronger healthcare system, accessible to more Filipinos. According to Cuenca's 2018 report, one of the issues of the healthcare system is the fragmented health services of intralocal and national government, resulting from a lack of coordination, especially on rural hospitals, and bad technical supervision of DOH, both in both different levels of health system and proper maintenance of health information systems. These problems could have been resolved in today's digital age. However, as I quote Antonio Patdo and Marceo, technological developments have outpaced policy and practice. Hence, there is a pressing need for this bill, not just in order to promote health and wellness, but also to allow our policies to coexist with our current technology. Now, currently, the DOH Administrative Order number 2015-0037 exists, which attempt to implement the Philippine Health Information Exchange or PHIE program. This program has the same goal as my bill proposal. According to the DOH website, the PHIE is a platform for securing electronic access and efficient exchange of health data and or information among health facilities, healthcare providers, health information organizations, and government agencies in accordance with set national standards in the interest of public health. Now, let me show you this system constructed by the DOH for the PHIE. A glaring problem can be seen once we take a closer look at this diagram. the local government seems to play no role in gathering the information. It is instead the healthcare providers that are mandated to provide the needed information back to the centralized database of the central government. However, how can we expect our already understaffed healthcare system to even have the capacity to provide quality information at a speedy pace? Connected with this problem of accountability, the mere nature of the program as an administrative order means that it is not an enabling law and therefore cannot impose punishment and other accountability measures to those tasked to gather the information needed. Hence, there is a need to transform this administrative order into an enabling law that both involves the local government and allows for accountability mechanisms in case the compliance is not met. Now, at its very core, my policy reform is simple. It is to create an enabling law for the PHIE. This proposal will include the LGUs in the gathering of the data. So, this flowchart should help us understand the flow of this proposal. Here, we see how such a method can be fulfilled in practice. In essence, to create a centralized database, the gathering of the data will be decentralized from the LGUs. So from the healthcare provider, the information will go to the local government unit. Uh, then the central government, once the information comes into the centralized data bank, will disseminate the information back to healthcare providers in case a patient is referred to a different hospital. Uh, on the other hand, once there is a need to track number of infections for pandemics and epidemics, from the central database, it will be given as a public information so that it can be reported to the public to ensure their safety and well-being. Now, this ensures that the data will be gathered fast and with quality and will be immediately available to healthcare providers and will result to the expediency of referrals, the eradication of redundant testings, and also to give everyone proper knowledge in case pandemics and epidemics occur. The bill also includes accountability measures that ensure the compliance of LGUs to information gathering requirements. In this proposal, it is the LGU that mainly gets repercussions for their inability to pass the said requirements, as they have the political and administrative duty to give the data, not the healthcare providers. However, healthcare providers who refuse to cooperate will also be punished for obstruction of the law. Now, there are possible potential hurdles for the said bill proposal. Ano? First, there is a constitutional concern. Now, the 1987 Constitution has Article 3, Section 2, and Article 3, Section 3, Subsection 1, that concerns with gathering information either in an unreasonable purpose or in violation of the person's privacy. This can be a hurdle for the passage of the proposal. However, as argued by Antonio Paddo and Marcelo, a person entering a health provider-patient relationship as the recipient of care is observed to willingly and automatically shed the veil of protection and allow a health worker who may be a complete stranger access to the most intimate details, the very private thoughts, the core of it being on the premise that this disclosure of relevant though sensitive private personal information by the patient will help the health professionals arrive at a logical and sound diagnosis and management plan. The proposal will also ensure that the data being gathered are only those that are needed to ensure the health and well-being of the patient and the society at large. Moreover, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown that under circumstances where public health and safety is at risk, the government's ability to have such information at hand gives our officials the ability to create policies that are more efficient. The gathering of the data will also comply with the Data Privacy Act of 2012, which assures that the gathering of data will be consensual and such information will not be used to the detriment of the patient. In the end, this proposal's goal is simple: to save more lives in a more efficient manner The right to life is one that must not be taken away from us, especially if it is deprived from us through inefficient and inadequate systems. Key to saving and ensuring quality lives is the availability of information, which allows patients to be treated faster and cheaper in cases of disasters like the COVID-19 pandemic, ensuring the safety of society at large. Let us push for health information centralization bill, and together let us save lives. Thank you.